Welcome to CHEM 131 at Montgomery College in Germantown. Take a few minutes and just observe what's going on here. What do you see? What questions do you have? Do you wonder why there are so many different colors? How can you explain all the different colors? This wondering is really what a scientist does, and it's what we're going to be doing this semester. We're going to see some things. We're going to make some observations. We're going to try and explain those things. We'll look at the tests that showed whether that explanation was a good idea or a bad idea. We're going to be really approaching this semester like a 3-year-old. We're going to be asking all those 3-year-old questions. Why? How come? What if we did this? Why? Why? Truly, we're going to be 3-year-olds and real scientists this semester. Truly, the history of chemistry is just a bunch of people that ask those 3-year-old questions, the what ifs and the whys. Right? We can begin all the way back in ancient Greece and Rome, in the BCs, and move our way into what starts to look a little bit more like chemistry in the Middle Ages, the alchemy time, where people were trying to turn different materials into gold. And then we moved into that sort of interesting part of chemistry where things really start to get going, and you may start to recognize some of these names here. And then into the modern period. And that's where we are. And here is CHEM 131. There are going to be a lot of components here, so we'll go through each of them. So there will be a lecture component. So then we'll be doing different classroom activities, sort of a standard lecture or other learning kind of activities we have planned for you. But you'll have an opportunity to earn 340 points through preparation guides that you will do before our class meeting time and 5 written exams. We also have a discussion section for our class, and during this time we'll be doing collaborative problem solving. So there will be a total of 80 points available there from our 12 problem sets. And our class also has a lab component, so 160 of our class points will come from our pre-lab assignments or our pre-lab quizzes, and then our lab reports that will be based on the data we collect and the analysis that we do with it. We also have a CHEM 131 project worth 20 points. Will be something that lets you to be a little more creative with our chemistry knowledge, and it can be repeated for extra credit. And then, of course, at the end of our time together, we'll have a final exam that will be a cumulative, which means includes everything from the whole semester, exam worth 200 points. And of course, that seems like quite a bit of stuff. But you will not be alone. We have a multitude of resources for you. So we'll start with the assigned problems in our course. Those are from the back of our textbook, or back of each chapter in our textbook, to give you some additional ways to practice with the material. We have a discussion board for our course, which is sort of like having a study group available 24/7, so you'll be able to interact with your classmates there. We will have office hours, which will be your time to come and visit with me and ask your specific questions on our material. Our Blackboard course site has a ridiculous amount of additional resources there for you. So additional videos and tutorials and websites, and even some extra practice problems in case you just want a few more. And then, of course, our Science Learning Center, which is available for tutoring services. So for those of you who like to see things differently, who like to see things maybe in charts and boxes instead of other ways, this is the same information that was on the previous slide, but just organized a little bit differently. And this is to let you know this is what we'll be doing this semester. We'll be often presenting the same information a variety of ways in hopes that one of those ways makes the most sense to you. So maybe you like diagrams, that's wonderful, but for those of you who like charts and boxes, you can also expect to see some information presented maybe in a way that makes more sense to you. So again, if you find that one way of me having the material presented to you is not working, please just ask, because that's part of the goal here, is to somehow present the material in a way that makes the most sense to you. All right, now I'm going to do one more demonstration for you. We'll kind of revisit our opening thoughts that we had there. So your job is to, throughout this next reaction, is look at this reaction and observe. Ask those 3-year-old questions and see what we can come up with. So we've added some aluminum to bromine. Remember, your job is to observe and wonder. Again, welcome to Chem 131 at Montgomery College. Be sure to watch the next video in the Welcome section of Blackboard to meet your instructor for this semester. See you soon!